There are a couple of these topics and body systems that I will be going over lab material as well as lecture material in out-of-class videos. I'm going to sneeze, so give me a moment. Excuse me. I'm doing so because the material is quite dense and I want to make sure you have enough time with all of the topics that we need to cover and that we cover the important details. There are approximately 206 bones total in an adult human. That may vary depending on how many normal variants a person has. For example, is a normal variant to have an additional lumbar vertebrae or lack a lumbar vertebrae, so you would have 4 instead of 5, or you might have 6 instead of 5, or you may have additional bones in terms of sesamoid bones. The axial skeleton is one of the divisions of the skeleton, and that will include the bones of the skull, so the cranial bones and the facial bones, bones of the thorax, which will be the ribs and the sternum, as well as the vertebral column. So this is the list that you need to memorize: cranial and facial bones, the ribs, the sternum, the hyoid bone, which is a free-floating bone in your neck, the ear ossicles. You have 3 ear ossicles in each ear, so 2 pairs of 3, and the bones of the vertebral column. Every other bone is going to be part of the appendicular skeleton. About 126 bones in the appendicular skeleton, and they will, of course, be the bones of the arms and the legs, the upper and lower extremity, as well as the bony girdles that are going to attach them to the axial skeleton. There will also be various cartilages that are associated with the skeleton and ligaments, as well as other connective tissues. This gives you an overview, and the bones that are pictured here are many of the bones that you need to know. You can see the axial skeleton is in greenish, and the appendicular skeleton is in whitish. This is a list of must-know bones, and this is a list of must-know bony landmarks. Both of these lists, this guy and this guy, are posted in Blackboard separately, so you don't need to panic and say, oh my gosh, I have to remember these, I have to write these down. You have them in several places. They're in the lecture material, and they are also in the lab material, as well as in this key.